Hello folks, this is Steve AB4L. Nothing in this episode is a promotion nor is it a recommendation. Remember, I'm an idiot running my mouth. So one of my tabs is Bleeping Computer. And I'm looking down at the articles. And this one here caught my eye. Microsoft. Windows INETPUB folder created by security fix, don't delete. April 11th. That's today. So the article is today. Microsoft has now confirmed that an April 2025 Windows Security Update is creating a new empty folder called INETPUB-FOLDER and warned users not to delete it. This folder is typically used by Microsoft's Internet Information Services, their version of a web server. A web server platform that can be enabled via Windows Features Dialog to host websites and web apps. However, after installing this month's cumulative updates, many Windows users have found a newly created C:\INETPUB folder on their systems, although the IIS wasn't installed during the process. By accident, I noticed yesterday that on one of my computers, when I started it up and I started to use it, I noticed that it was doing the Windows updates. Now, I normally don't do Windows updates this early in the month. Patch Tuesday was this week. I usually wait until about the 20th. I have a whole bunch of computers. But several of them, I always do it earlier on them to see if anything would go wrong. Well, apparently I didn't do the closeout properly last month on one of my computers, and I didn't block it from doing an automatic update, and it did it yesterday. So when I read this, I went back and looked on the C drive. And sure enough, the folder was there. And this is circulating around. People have noticed it. So just for Haas, as I said, I have some machines that I don't really use them anything. I use them to test the next month's updates to see if anything go wrong. So I updated 2 more today. They didn't have that folder before I updated them, but they did after it finished. And there was nothing in the folder. And no, I don't have the Internet Information Services running or installed on any of my machines. Now, people are already speculating where this is going, and I'm wondering myself. They're going to do it to everybody. It isn't going to be some people, because the folder has what are known as system privileges. Microsoft says, don't delete it, don't delete it. But if you do, here's how to recreate it so it won't screw you up. A little later today, which means when I started reading down, Microsoft starts final Windows recall testing before rollout. What's Windows recall? When they first tried to push it, it was so controversial they snapped it back like within the same day. Microsoft is about to launch recall for real this time. That groan you hear is user's reaction to recall going back into Windows. Which PCs have Windows Recall? How can I opt out of recall on Windows? Now, what is it? What is it? And why are people going, what? Microsoft support. Retrace your steps with recall. If you have it installed and turned on, I'm wondering if next month the security updates are going to just put it on everybody. What it does is it records everything that you're doing on your computer. Every screen you go to, everything you filled in, everything. It's part of this AI push. So that you can go back and recall exact details of what you did 5 hours, 2 minutes, and 3 seconds ago. And the original complaint about it was, oh yeah, I went to my bank and I typed in my password and you people recalled that? What if somebody breaks into my computer and can see it? Oh, we didn't think of that. So keep your eyes open if you're interested, because you're going to be hearing a lot more reaction to what's going on. Now, if I go back to the original article, and I just do a search on that much, it isn't like this is, as we've said, a new folder. There's something about it 7 hours ago, 10 hours ago, bleeping computer, but here's an article about it in 2016. Have to have INETPUB folder? Question. I'm not using any IIS stuff. If I do want to uninstall it, I have to absolutely. So this has appeared before. 2016. 2017. There's an article there on Stackify. So there's an article on November 28th, 2022. So people have been asking about it, and it has appeared spontaneously even on Windows machines. So in other words, Microsoft has always been sneaking behind our backs. That's nothing new. It doesn't matter what they say today. They can just change their mind tomorrow. They say that Windows Recall will only be for people who want it. Maybe kind of, sort of, who knows? Remember, I'm an idiot running my mouth. I have absolutely no idea what I'm talking about. Why don't you check your machines now before you do the monthly security updates, then check to see if it's on your machine when you finish the updates for the month. That is, if you do them. Steve AV4L. Remember, I'm just an idiot running my mouth. I have absolutely no idea what I'm talking about. Saying see you in 73.